Mrparka here with this guy. I picked him off the street. I'd never seen him before in my life, and I said, "Hey, you want to watch a movie?" And yeah, well, I paid him in chicken wings. Anyways, this is Jeremy, and we're here to review the Ballad of Skinless Pete. I brought in somebody who's a little more unbiased than me. Even though we both know Dustin, I'm actually in the movie, so I didn't want to be like, "Hey, check this movie out, because I'm in it, blah, 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 etc." I'm definitely the worst part about the movie, for sure. But we have Ballad of Skinless Pete, which is Dustin Mills' new movie. He's one of the best indie directors out right now with the Puppet Monster Massacre, Night of the Tentacles, stuff like that. What was the one before that? Easter Casket. So, anyways, he's a local guy, so I also take initiative in watching his movies, and he's a cool guy, and I enjoy all his movies. So, anyways, the story of Ballad of Skinless Pete. Essentially what we have here is kind of, I guess you'd call it maybe like an 80s throwback type deal. Not necessarily 80s throwback in plot only.
Yeah, it kind of has like a Phantom of the Opera kind of feel to it. Really, really good stuff here. I enjoyed it.
And Erin R and Brandon Salkil are the main stars, and they're a really big driving force behind this. Some of the acting in between them at the very end is some of the best I've ever seen them both do, and I was kind of getting teary-eyed at the end, and at the ending, you ever watch a movie where, I mean, Bad Lieutenant is one at the very ending, or a few movies here and there that you'll just be like this. The last like couple minutes of film, you'll just be like, I guess you'd say blown away. I was blown away by the ending. The movie doesn't go in chronological order, which is kind of neat as well, because it's a fairly simple, you know, like straightforward story, but it's all mixed up and different things like that. And I enjoyed that as well, you know, it kind of mixed things up. And this movie just jumps right in. It doesn't beat around the bush. It doesn't dumb down what's going on to people, or, oh, this guy, he has cancer, and he's basically he's getting funded by a rich type guy, and they're trying to find a cure for cancer, so he injects himself with this weird cure thing he has that involves this weird parasite thing that eats his skin. But they don't really come out and say all the things right out in your face. They show a melanoma, is that the skin cancer, patch.
I think
so.
You
pretty much already know. They don't dumb it down, and they don't shove things in your face that are so obvious. And he doesn't dumb it down for his audience, and I enjoyed that as well.
Right. The story's kind of minimal. I mean, it's a great concept, and it just tells it as it is. You're not really having to learn information and learn characters. You're just watching events unfold, and it was a really, really nice, relaxing movie to watch.
And it doesn't really keep the science is kind of like, it's not deep into the science either. A little bit here and there, but I didn't feel stupid.
No, I'm not stupid.
I am stupid. But there's also a lot of nudity in here. There's only 2 actresses in here, and they both get nude for you guys out there that want to see that. And it's also that's not even the most enjoyable nudity. I mean, a lot of time they're getting like horribly tortured and covered in blood, so it's like, eh. You know, he's kind of like, feel bad for him, you know, a lot of the times. And the character I play is a piece of crap, and
yeah.
I think that what happens is pretty cool to him. But, you know, there's good special effects, gooey, nasty effects in here as well. And what's a Dustin Mills movie without a puppet?
I enjoy puppets to like the nth degree. I could even explain it to you.
So there's even a puppet in here as well. But the movie even has its own theme music, which is actually really cool. The Ballad of Skinless Pete theme music. I believe they're, what is it, a bastard son of a... I don't remember. I'll post the link of the band that sings it. But if you guys are interested, check it out. I'll put the links to buy it. And again, I wanted to get kind of an unbiased opinion, like I said, because I kind of helped with this movie just a little bit. I was in it, so, you know, I don't want to be like, check it out. I don't want to feel like I'm just, like, promoting something I'm in.
Yourself?
Yeah, I wouldn't promote myself.
No.
Who would? That's terrible. But anyways, I'm really looking forward to all Dustin's movies. He's a great guy. He's a better filmmaker. And he makes these movies on such a low budget that they're freaking amazing. And they're amazing anyways, regardless of the budget. Like I said, I was really impressed with the 2 leads' performances. And Allison was good too as well. But Erin and Brandon really stole the show, especially towards the end. Was really gut-wrenching stuff here. And... you know, it's funny, I preferred the second half of the movie over the first half, and most of the gore happens in the first half. I think the second half was more powerful.
The second half picks up, but it doesn't, it's not like one of those movies where you're watching and you're like, on the seat of your pants and you're getting agitated by like what the characters are doing.
I hate that.
No, it was just like I said, it's just an unfolding story, and it keeps your attention well, and it doesn't you're not angry by it, and the ending, it doesn't come out of left field, but it's like you didn't anticipate the ending.
You know what it reminded me of when I saw the ending? What is the line that Vincent Price says, I believe, in Monster Club, is nothing is more beautiful or depressing than the sound of an agonizing monster's cry? Or something along those lines.
That
and
was a good line.
Pretty much, I messed it up, but that's pretty much it. And also, Skinless Pete, they don't reveal his entire face until the end. And, it kind of reminds me of definitely the classic melting movies of the 80s. Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter, more so Incredible Melting Man. I'm a huge Melt fan. People melt.
I think it was like a properly far better done version of Red Skull. His face was absolutely awesome. He was terrifying. He was awesome to look at, and like even wearing that mask, there was still a lot of emotion showing through Brandon's character.
And he had a bunch of prosthetics and makeup and mask over mask and shit like that. His incognito had like mask on mask. It was kind of like, like a Ninja Turtle trying to blend into society in a trench coat. But talking underneath all that, you could still hear him fairly well. At points, there's a couple times I missed a word, but the next line of sentence, I was like, oh, I knew what he said then.
Right.
But, is there anything else you wanted to say about it?
No, I think we hit all of it.
I'll show a clip. Let's watch.
He's pirating your movie, man. Pirating the movie.
Alright, we're out of here.
Alright.
It was only a matter of time. I wasn't thinking about that, though. I had to preserve the last of me, the one thing that was left. If I removed it before the enzyme got to it, I could keep it safe. Should have died. I realize that now, but I didn't. As I lied there passing out from a combination of blood loss and shock, I swear I could feel myself changing. I barely knew these days, but one thing has remained constant. I love you, Alice. That hasn't changed. You are the thread that Peele is hanging by. That has to mean something.
There are treatments, skin grafts, transplants, medication for your pain.
You misunderstand me, Al. The changes don't need to be treated. You should celebrate them. I'm barely myself anymore, and I mean that in the best possible way. Granted, this new form isn't perfect, but I think you and I can perfect it together. If you'll help me.
Of course I'll help you. I just want you to be better.
Being better is entirely the point. Cancer is quite the mirror. kills over 20,000 people a day, Alice. We spent years and billions trying to fight the disease when we should have been strengthening ourselves against it.
You're talking genetic modification.
We've altered the genetics of an enzyme. It wasn't entirely successful, but we did it. The key isn't to find the cure. The solution is to alter and improve the human race.
We genetically altered a simple enzyme. Genetically engineering an entire human being is something completely different.
It's not quite what I had in mind.